the reason we're here. We often wonder what our function is here. Well, since Stan brought up the Course in Miracles today, I will tell you one of my favorite is that our function and our happiness is one and the same. How we get to the happiness is by allowing experience to teach us. Through experience, we have the opportunity to learn. There's a jewel in every experience, just waiting for us to discover it. Some of our experiences are very pleasant. Discovering the jewel is instantaneous for most of us and brings warm fuzzies. But those experiences that aren't so pleasant, we often sit back and we get into judgment, or we want to fix it. What did I do wrong? What kind of karma is this that I brought upon myself? But the truth is, none of that matters. Whether it's karma repeating itself or not. It's truly just an experience. And if you can look at it as that, that we are here on earth to experience. Life is nothing but experience, one experience after another. And if we can just pause for a moment in every experience and say, there is something here for me to walk away with that leads to my freedom and my happiness. Even the worst of experiences might be holding out the gift for us to realize that forgiveness is needed, whether it's forgiveness of ourselves, forgiveness of another, or just plain acceptance that not all things go as the way we planned them to be, because it's not our plan. There is a divine plan that is perfect, that loves us, and that wants to bring us back to the awareness of who we really are. That beloved child of God, the beloved child of creation. So if we could look at the jewels, do we want to carry in our pocket a pocket full of jewels or a pocket full of rocks? Dirty rocks, all those judgments and those heartaches and everything. Actually, they really weigh you down. It's called baggage. And I don't know of anyone that carries around a lot of baggage that is a happy camper. Have you met one? Because I haven't. Our happiness comes from taking those rocks out, even from the past experiences, and being able to look at them and say, you know what, Spirit, I am willing to find out what it is here that I can learn from this, that I can take away from this, that leads to my freedom. And believe it or not, the answer will come. Just don't push it. Don't try to force it. Just once you make that plea, I am willing to see this differently. I'm willing to see what is here for me. It will come. It will absolutely come. And don't try to say, well, I need a sign in this way or that way, because that's not how it works. Just let it go. You could be walking through your house or through a garden, and all of a sudden it pops in your mind. Or something will show up that will remind you of what is important, the gift that there is for you to take away from that experience. Now, today, when we meditated, we brought in the violet flame. That is one of your most precious tools that you can use. The seventh ray of God, that violet ray, that violet flame. It is there to help you burn away those illusions and those resistances and transfer whatever fear there is there to love, whatever judgment there is to love. It's there. It's a powerful tool. And I encourage you to use it. There are many tools. It's interesting that when we're open, things just flood into our life. that, because life itself wants you to be free. You know, our function and our happiness is one and the same. So our function here, we say, well, what's our mission? What is it? Well, actually, our mission might look different from one another, but the bottom line is for everyone to become happy, for everyone to be at peace, for everyone to know the love that exists within them and in each other. So, you know, this week I had ordered some books, and when they came, the seller included a gift. Now, I had been looking at the pearls of wisdom and the gems that were there within my father's passing. You know, I don't know if I already shared this with you, but one night I was laying in bed and I went to apologize to my dad for an argument we had a couple months before his passing, and something stopped me. I had been working diligently with the violet flame, and what stopped me was spirit. You're apologizing from guilt. There is no guilt. If I think there's guilt in me, then I think there's guilt in my father with that argument. And I know my father would feel that he had to apologize to me if I apologized to him. Guess what? It was just an experience. It was just an experience for both of us to have and for both of us to learn from and then to let go. Because the only thing that's there, one of the precious pearl of wisdom, is that the only thing that's real is love between us. Only love. So I stopped. I did not apologize because I'm going to see no guilt in me or guilt in him. We are free. In that very moment, our souls are free. They're free. So that is not something I want to carry around in my pocket, but I want to carry the jewel of that freedom. So and now I've got to backtrack, sorry. I ordered these books and the seller sent me a gift, sent me this beautiful stone. I'll show it to you. Can you see it? This is pink tourmaline in quartz. And it's a stone that you can just kind of hold and rub. And pink tourmaline is all about love. It's also a stone that will help you at a time of loss, when you have lost a loved one in our mourning. Now look at that gift that came into my life. Because in my mourning, I chose not to see anything of the past that would hinder my freedom and my happiness or my father's, but only the love. Because beneath everything, beneath every word that was ever expressed that wasn't loving, the intention underneath was to bring out the love in both of us. But we had to be willing to look for it. We had to be willing to look for the jewel in the experience. So I want you to keep that in mind for present experiences, but past experiences, I don't care how old they are. All experiences are in our mind, in our third eye. So all we have to do is think about it. And we can heal it in that moment that we are thinking about it. Call in the violet flame. Whatever it takes. Another powerful tool that you have, and I beg you to use it, is that whenever a negative thought enters your mind, anything less than loving or peaceful, you simply state in your power, I am the light. Now you are affirming the truth of your existence. I am the light. And that will quickly go and start to heal. So eventually, your thoughts of love and peace are what's going to occupy your mind. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of practice. It takes devotion. to yourself. You can't be devoted to anyone or anything else if you are not devoted to your own well-being, your own physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual well-being. That is of the utmost importance. Right now, I have neglected my physical well-being. And I have most of my attention has been on my emotional, my mental, and my spiritual well-being. And I've neglected the physical. But it's like a stool. It really needs 4 legs for it to be sturdy. You can't stand upon it with just 3 because it's going to tip. You're going to tip the scale. So we have to make sure that all of those are in balance. So that's why we've got the violet flame that will help us. We've got the golden light of the light of source, that ray of source. We've got, there's affirmations. I'm sure many of you have prayers and affirmations that you say, they help you on your path. But I want you to remember this one that's very powerful. Jesus told us, it's in the Bible, it's in the Course in Miracles, it's in any good book. You are the light of the world. So to affirm that, I am the light, is standing in your true identity, in your true identity. This physical identity with a personality that is, well, we've got to love the personality instead of judging it, because the personality is not perfect. It's just another experience that we get to have, and that we get to find the jewel in that experience. You know, if you think of some past experiences that were painful experiences, who are you today because of it? What did you learn from it? I was speaking to, I was supposed to speak last week on Mother's Day, and I was sick and couldn't do that. And thank God, Pat Cork took my place, and now I'm switched with her this week. But I asked a friend, you see, I had a very loving, supporting mother. She was an angel. My friend had just the opposite. And so I asked her, what did she learn from her experience with her mother? First thing she said is that I don't want to be like her. Okay. But what other jewels did you take from that? Who are you today? The jewels that you carry within you because of that experience that was less than loving. And she said, I'm strong. I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I'm giving. And I thought to myself, yes, you are. And you're also one of the most loving people I know. She did not get love from her mother. She had a very negative experience. She couldn't do anything right. She truly believed her mother didn't even ever want to have her. And it probably was true. Her mother was very selfish, self-absorbed. Nothing was important but herself. My friend did not have the kind of childhood I had with my mother. But guess what she learned from it? The same things I learned from my mother. So now we have a negative experience and a positive experience. But with our eyes wide open, we learn the same lessons. With our eyes wide open, we learn the same lessons. I am a strong woman. I am compassionate. I am loving. I am all those same qualities. That's why her and I, we went to high school together. Well, actually school together. And we're very good friends. We look at each other, our paths look different, and yet we're very much the same. What makes us the same are the jewels we're carrying in our pocket. That's the sameness. Doesn't matter about the rocks, because eventually we're going to unload those. We're going to heal them. We're going to look at them. We're going to say, I don't want to carry this baggage anymore. It doesn't lead to my freedom. It weighs me down. I want to see this differently. I want to heal this. I want to let it go. What's the jewel? What's the beauty? What was that holding out to me to learn? Just like my friend. I don't want to be anything like my mother. That's what she said. And she is the absolute opposite for mother because she took the jewel and ran with it. Now, are there still scars on her heart? Yes. Those are those little dirty rocks we have to toss into the beautiful pond of forgiveness so that those scars are healed upon our heart. And there is no greater tool than that violet flame to bring in and say, please, heal this heart chakra, heal the wounds upon my heart, heal these emotions so that I can stand in the light of who I am. I leave that to you, with you today, with love and big hugs. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Amen.